Morning. I've just zoomed in a little bit on the camera. I haven't brought a load of camera gear. That's because I haven't made a video in some time. But that's because I haven't been too well. Nothing major. It just took the doctors a while to sort out what they think is wrong with me. And try and give me some treatment to sort it out. So feeling a bit better. Still not 100%, but a bit better. I'm back up here at camp. Had a night last night. It's Sunday morning today, the 20-something. Maybe off the top of my head, I think it's either the 23rd or the 24th, the Sunday. Oh, it's the Sunday in the event. Of what? What month is it? March. We're in March 2025. Yes, I came up yesterday afternoon, had a bit of a sit on the fire with the lads. I went to bed early last night because the chill was getting into me, and I felt the need to take some pain meds. So I went back to my cabin, took some pain meds and went to bed. But I had a grand night's sleep, to be perfectly honest, up here at camp, and I was in bed before 9 o'clock. And I didn't get up till 6 this morning. Now usually I've been waking up because my pain meds are wearing off between 5:30 and 6 o'clock anyway. But I slept right through last night. I think I woke up once for a pee, an old man pee in the middle of the night. But apart from that, I was fine. I've started using, although I've got a camp bed, a camp cot up here, and I had a foam mat on it. I've taken the foam mat off and I bring up my Trekology Aloof sleeping airbed, the one I bought for motorcycle camping. I bring that up and inflate it up and leave it on top of the camp bed, and I get a much better night's sleep with it because it's a nice thick pad. It's nearly 5 inches thick. You can have it partially inflated, nice and soft, so when you lie on it you're still not touching the bottom, you're not going through it, but it gives you lots of support. I like it. Anyhow, I digress. So I'm up here at Camp BoB. It's a quiet Sunday morning. Most of the guys are still in bed. Somebody's up because Russell's dog's running about. But I thought I'd come over to the rifle range this morning and have a play with, I just brought a pistol. This is my Takarov CO2 pistol. It's from the Legends range. It's from the Umrex Legends range. Takarov semi-auto pistol, CO2 powered. And I like this pistol. It's fast become one of my favourites. It's a sexy looking pistol. I think Takarov have copied the PPK, the Walther, when they made it. But safety off. Yeah, nice little pistol. Anyway, what was it? I haven't made a video for a while because I haven't been too well. The last video I made, I think, was an update video explaining about the motorcycle accident. Then I went on the Santa ride and I was feeling a lot better, but the start of December I got struck down with some sort of tummy bug, and it turned out, after lots of tests and a camera down the throat and into the stomach, I probably still have an inflamed stomach. They put it down to my medication. I've been on various tablets for angina and blood pressure for a while, but since 1989 I've been on pain meds on and off. So anyway, with the broken leg and being laid up in bed, that put my back out, and so I was on the pain meds both for the leg and the knackered back. So I had a number of months where I was taking strong pain meds, and I don't think that helped either, and now I'm suffering that, so I'm off the strong pain meds as much as I can at the minute. I'm getting slowly better, but it takes time. I don't suppose it helps because we've been going through the winter and that's miserable anyway. So what have I been up to while being invalided off? I made the choice to sell my air rifles, my PCP air rifles. I took a bit of a hit, but I sold them all in one go to a dealer. So you sell them at dealer prices because obviously they need to make a bit of money on their end, which is fair enough. They're in business after all, they're not a charity. So I sold my 3 PCPs and the dive tank and everything that goes with them to a dealer, to Blackpool Air Guns, and I think I got a fair price. And they were great. They offered me more than another dealer, but I got the impression the other dealer didn't really want to buy them, hence the low price. If I'd sold them privately, after looking on Gun Trader and to other sites about where you can sell air rifles, yeah, I could have got another £400-500 than I actually got. But that would have taken time, and then there would have been the cost of shipping and all the rigmaroles that go with it. So I was happy that the Gun Trader got his cut, and I got a fair price. So what I'm going to do after I got rid of my air rifles, well, I've only got rid of the PCPs. I've still got my Springer, my BSA, and I'm not getting rid of that, I'm keeping that. And I'm going to add another Springer to it, because over the years since I started coming here to Camp BoB, I generally only shoot here on this range now. But bringing a PCP meant I had to bring the dive tank. So I'm bringing on my gear, my sleeping bags and everything I need for the weekend, and my air rifles and the dive tank. And I wasn't bringing it, I wasn't bringing the dive tank, so I wasn't bringing the PCPs. I think the last time I used my PCPs were over a year ago here at camp. So all I was doing was taking them out the gun safe, checking them, making sure they had plenty of air, and topping the air up in them, cleaning them, making sure they're all nicely oiled and putting them back away. So I thought, you need to use them. I mean, when I did take them out the gun safe, I did take them in the garden and put 3 or 4 shots through them just to keep the barrel clear and lead it up. And occasionally I'd put a pull through the barrel just to make sure it wasn't getting rusty. But yeah, I wasn't using them. I was just their jailer. So I sold them. I've got the money. I haven't spent it yet. But I'm going to the gun show at Harrogate in May to have a look at Springers. Now I do fancy one of those Gammo 10-shot spring rifles. They're gas ram, and I like their Viper Pro. But I don't think I can get it in this country. Nobody seems to stock it. I've sent a message on BSA's Facebook page to them, because they're listed as the only UK stockist. If you go on the Gammo International website, the only Gammo dealer in the UK is BSA at Birmingham. I've sent them a message, but they've not got back to me. There is a Viper, which seems to be a shotgun, listed as an air shotgun in the UK. That's not what I want. The Gammo Viper Pro X10 3 Gen 3 I something or other. Huge names they have on air rifles. I'm just going to call it the Gammo Viper Pro. It's got a synthetic black and grey stock, a silenced barrel. It's got the 3rd generation of their 10-shot magazine on the top of it, break barrel rifle. And I do like the look of it. The closest one I know I can get in this country is the Whisper Gen 2. But anyway, I thought I'd go to the show at Birmingham. I haven't been there for a few years. Sorry, not Birmingham, at Harrogate. Go to the show at Harrogate and have a nose, have a day out and have a nose about. Take some cash with me, and if I see something I like, I'll buy it there. Yeah, so that's my air rifles. I'm not getting rid of my CO2 pistols because I like them. I'll probably add to them over the years because I do like the CO2 pistols. What else have I been doing? Recovering, not a lot. Oh yeah, last week actually, Karen and I had a music lesson. We've joined a ukulele group. We went for our first lesson with a couple of borrowed ukuleles that the group provide. We've had a lesson, and Karen was not sure if she was going to like it, but she seemed to really enjoy herself, so much so that she's, was very keen on us getting a ukulele. So I ordered, following their recommendations, I ordered a couple of ukuleles off, of all places, Amazon. And we're getting electro ukes, because there's about a £10 price difference between the electro uke and the non-electro uke. And essentially, from what I can understand, the only difference is the electro one has an electric pickup in it and an onboard tuner and little amp, so that you can plug it into an amplifier and play it that way. You don't have to, it's still an acoustic ukulele, but anyhow, we've got a couple of them, and apparently they came yesterday while I was here. So when I go home later today, I've got to unbox them and check them out and tune them up, and then it's hitting the practice. Yeah, practicing chords. So we're not playing tunes yet, we're practicing chords and getting used to finger placement and strumming. So anyway, that's a new hobby we've got together, because the doctor reckoned I need to de-stress. I don't feel stressed here. We were chatting about it, because part of my stomach problem, apparently he reckons it could be down to stress as well. And he recommended some men groups that you can go to, like men in sheds type things that do things. But he says, yeah, it's meeting other men, but not in pubs. It's somewhere else doing something different and just relaxing, which comes hand in hand with this place, because we had a work weekend earlier in the month, or late last month. A few weeks ago we had a work weekend, and over the weekend my stomach didn't play up at all. And I even ate John's chili and I was fine. Yeah, this is very much a de-stressy place, this. Although I did hurt my back a lot, because it was a work weekend, and to be fair, I wasn't doing any of the heavy lifting. I plodded on with fixing the lights that were down. We've got some lights up for the winter month when we have meets up here. On a night we'll turn the lights on so that anyone arriving late, because it'll get dark in here from about 3, half 3, it'll be pitch black. And if you get people that come up to the meet after work, they could be arriving at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And if they haven't been before, we put some, with those string lights that you get on a building site, that was supposed to be waterproof, we ran some down the main path. Now we didn't have light bulbs in every one, well we did, but the 110, the lights are 110, they run off the generator at 110, but we put some 240 volt bulbs in to fill the holders so that they didn't come on. Because we didn't want it to look like Blackpool illuminations, just the odd light at strategic places so people can find their way in safety up to the main camp. Anyway, I fixed them because during the storm some of the trees came down and the cable was snapped in a couple of places where the trees had fallen through it. So the work weekend was basically clearing those trees, which fell on primarily Gary and John, the two chainsaw men, and a load of the guys clearing up after them. You know, those things that were chopped up on site were put into barrows and brought to the central camp area. We've got loads of firewood. We've kept some of the straighter, nicer trunks, tree trunks, in long lengths because we're going to use them to build a forge. It's going to be like a pole barn, so we're using the tree trunks as the poles, and we're going to put some rails on and then clad the outside into a basic pole barn shape. We're going to put a forge in it. We've already got a little propane forge, and I'm thinking of making a charcoal forge as well. I fancy making a charcoal forge. So that's a job for sometime this year, during the summer months. So anyhow, that's what we've been doing here. But my rifle's gone, I need another one, and I've taken up the ukulele to de-stress. Yeah, it's funny enough because my wife was telling me about a group that meets on a Wednesday at a local pub in the back room of a local pub. She goes there on a Wednesday afternoon for the old biddies bingo, and she's going to hate me for saying that. But in the back room there's a pie club, Men and Pies, or Pies and Men, where guys go there and make pie, just so they can get out of the house and do stuff, mingle with other men. It's funny that men are toxic, but I was going to get all political again there. Yeah, but apparently we need each other's company. I suppose we do. That's why we enjoy coming here with a group of guys interested in similar things. So that's where we're at, and that's why I haven't been making any videos. I've been not too well. But it's nice getting back up to camp. Even it was a bit rainy. It wasn't supposed to be wet last night, but it rained all night. I think it rained through the night. Every time I sort of stirred slightly, I could hear the rain in the background. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Aye. They're not extremely accurate, these. I'm firing at a squirrel at 15 metres. And even if I keep aim at the same spot, every other one goes right, and so I'm only hitting 50% of these shots. But the shots, I can see the shot going slightly right, every other one. Oh, that made a liar of me. 3 in a row. Yeah. CO2 pistols, loads of fun. Yeah. I do talking CO2 pistols. Well, it was a rifle actually, CO2 rifle, a replica of the Mosin Nagant, the Russian Soviet bolt action rifle. They had one in the shop, I think it was £340, but it was ever so nice. Yeah. I was like, looking at it at a distance, thought, Mosin Nagant. Probably prefer the Lee Enfield, but I'm picking them both up and having a look at them, I've got to say. The Mosin felt better. The bolt action was much better. The bolt action was nice. Yeah. And it had weight to it. And it's got a bayonet on it, of all things. It might be a die-cast metal bayonet, but it's still a bayonet. Put the fold-out bayonet. It's dangerous. But it was nice. Yeah, I did like that. I almost bought it, but Karen talked me into not buying anything on impulse and having to think about it. Yeah. Because I fancy one of the Winchester style CO2 rifles. However, the common sense part of me says, up here, if I use it up here, when it ejects the cartridges, there's 10 cartridges I've got to go around and through the grass and try and find. And I know you're never going to find every one. Well, I'm not. And they're not magnetic, I don't think, so there's no chance of just dragging a magnet around and finding them, because they'll be die-cast alloy. So although I would really love one of those underleaf rifles, common sense is it'll irritate you. You might not use it because you get sick of picking up the cases. Mind you, it looked nice on the wall behind my desk in my office. Now when I'm doing these team meeting calls on Microsoft Teams, and you've got to have your camera on. Yeah. Company policy that you must have your camera on, probably so they can see where you are, but it's you. Anyhow, yeah, putting a rifle on the wall behind me, that would upset some people. And I do like upsetting some of these mamby-pamby walkie types. It's only fun you get in life these days, upsetting the walk lot. Yeah. They're easy to upset. Straight away you just say, oh, there's only 2 genders, that's upset the buggers. It's one of the things I admire about President Trump coming out and just saying there's only, officially, according to the government, there's 2 bloody genders, male and female, and that's your lot. I think legally and officially this government needs to do something the same, so that your birth certificate stays the same, your passport stays the same, you know, all government documents stay the same. It says what you were at birth. You can live your life as whatever you want. I'm well on board with that. You want to pretend to be a woman, pretend to be a woman. Because you're pretending to be a woman. If you're happy with that, go ahead. But I object to them forcing their fantasy on everybody else. Because if I could force some of my fantasies on people, I'd get arrested. I'm enough trouble trying to force some of them on the wife. But there you go. This was only going to be a short video. It turned into a waffle. If anyone's got suggestions for decent spring rifles at a reasonable price, when I say reasonable, I mean less than £500. I don't want to go daft. It's a spring rifle I'm going to bring up here. That's why I'm thinking get something with a synthetic stock that can take a bit of abuse and a bit of weather. Though don't get me wrong, I like a nice beech or walnut stock. I think a synthetic stock's the way to go for me now at my stage here, where I'm shooting it and what the type of shooting I'm doing. Spring rifles. I say spring rifle. The Gamo's gas ram. I think spring rifle will just do as a generic term for any sort of break barrel non-PCP rifle. Oh, yeah, I think we've got settled on PCP, spring rifles and CO2. Got the main things covered, haven't we? There was an M1 carbine there as well, a replica CO21, and it looked lovely. It really did look lovely, and I do love the M1 carbine. Just something about the look of it. Anyhow, I picked it up and was immediately disappointed. The plastics on it, the fake wood was too plasticky. The feel of it was just too, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Too Mattel. Too toy, if you know what I mean. And it just felt wrong. It looked nice, but it felt wrong. As did the Thompson, I think. But I think if I was looking for something to hang on my wall and just look nice, fair enough. But if I bought it to shoot, every time I shot it, every time I took hold of it to shoot it, I'd feel slightly let down, a little dirty. No, so it wasn't for me. Though I did like the Mosin Nagant, and part of me liked the Enfield as well. But it didn't. The action on it just wasn't as nice as the Mosin. So the patriot in me says, no, get the Enfield. The pervert in me says, ooh, get the Mosin Nagant, that's sexier. Feels nice to the touch. Ah well, I'll probably end up with neither, and I'll go and get a Gammo Springer. I really like that Viper. I wonder if they don't do a 12 sub 12 foot-pound on it, which is why you can't get them here. I could have it all wrong. I'll ask at the Gammo stand when I go to Harrogate. Oh, people up and about in the middle now. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I thought I'd do a short video about what I've been up to and why I haven't been making any videos. Yeah, I lost my mojo for making videos, or for doing anything really. I've been sitting around sulking, feeling sorry for myself. Possibly why Karen was happy for me to come up here. Either Leroy's gone back around the house while I'm away, or she realised I needed to de-stress a little bit. Bing, bing, bing. 30 metres, bing, bing, bing. That's not bad going. Mind you, it is the top off a 45-gallon drum, so it's it's 2 foot wide. So even I should be able to hit it with this from here. Yeah. I wonder if I can hit the fire extinguisher. Oh yes! It's a little body of a fire extinguisher that's suspended as a gong. Again at 30 metres. I like being in the woods. Even when I hit the squirrel, I can't knock it down. Yeah, that hit the kill zone and that doesn't go down. The light must just be right, because when it gets about 15 metres you can see the shot. Buddy! Russell's dog, Buddy. Hiya, Buddy. He's a good boy. You coming up? Come on, bud. Yeah, Buddy. You're friendly this morning again. He's like a drowned rat last night in the rain. Wouldn't come near the fire. That could be my fault. Russell was cleaning his fuel tank out on his little generator. He was having some problems starting it, so him and Clive were fettling that. Anyhow, they decided to drain all the old fuel out, so drained it off into a bucket, and we decided that we'd use that later on to get the fire started. A bushcraft cheat, some dirty 2-stroke petrol. So there wasn't much in it, just a little bit. Anyway, I went through. We had some bits of damp pallet wood lying about, so that we were putting a fire in. This fuel was drizzled over it all, so it was all soaked in, and there was a bit of paper towel with it soaked in, so I took that away to one side, lit the bit of paper towel on the end of a stick, so a little torch, and threw it in the fire, and there was a bit of a woomph. Not a big woomph, but a bit of a woomph. And the woomph was enough to startle Buddy, because I forgot he was about 4 feet behind me. So I don't think he wanted to come near the fire. He settled down now. So he was like a drowned rat. He was just on the edge of the parachute, sitting there, getting wet. But such is life. So I'll call it a day. That's what I've been up to. I haven't felt like making videos, I haven't felt like doing anything. I've been sitting sulking, feeling sorry for myself. I have been back at work, but because I work from home, that's been a lot easier. Oh, especially those days where I've got the shits. Sorry, especially those days where I've got the runs. Fortunately, they're few and far between. Yeah, I only have to go into the office one day a fortnight now. Funnily enough, my productivity goes down when I'm in the office. Too many distractions, too many other people getting that want attention, and everything's miles away from your desk. And possibly because I'm sat there sulking about having to be in the office. I don't like being in the office anymore. Because it doesn't affect my work, because all my work's computer based. And I'm anti-social. I mean, this is the thing, they say, oh yeah, but you've got the social aspect of interacting with your colleagues. We're all sat looking at terminals. And when we go for breaks, we generally go at different times. So you're sat on your own during your break. Sat on your own, drinking a coffee and looking at your phone. And 99.9% of people do exactly that when they're in the office. There's no interaction with colleagues unless you have a team meeting, and they're few and far between. Because not everyone's in the office at the same time. You know? Just because you've got an office date doesn't mean that it's the same as the other people on your team. You just, it's people I haven't seen for years. Is that an issue? Not for me, I'm antisocial. So yeah, the only difference is I have to go into the office, find somewhere to sit down, find a desk, find a chair, a suitable chair, because I'm disabled. We used to get issued a chair. If you've got some sort of disability, some sort of medical need, they would assess your workstation and make adjustments accordingly. Which invariably meant you'd get a slightly different chair with different types of adjustment on them or different types of padding on them. And that chair was issued to you. It was allocated to you, had a label on with your name on saying it's been workplace assessed, don't adjust it. Other people could use it, but try not to. If you could, try not to adjust it, and when you're done with it, put it back where you got it from, that type of thing. Common courtesy. Anyhow, they decided that there wasn't enough chairs in the place because there was getting too many of these allocated ones. And to be fair, there were, and a lot of people got them simply because they were more comfortable than the chair. They could have upgraded all the office chairs to ones of a similar type. Anyhow, they decided that what they would do is you would be issued, if you had a need, a disability or a medical need, you'd be allocated a type of chair. So all the labels got changed to codes like C9, C10, things like that. So you would be told, oh, you're going to be issued a C9 chair. So essentially what you then have to do is find a C9 at the start of your shift and adjust it to suit yourself. Which is great, except not all the C9 chairs are the same, because the models have changed slightly over the years and the adjustments have changed on them. So they say, you're a C9. You go, yeah, I'm not that C9. That's a different C9 to the one I had. And then you've got to find one. Then you've got to find one that's now operational. Because when the chair was issued to an individual, if it went wrong, if something broke on it, or if it wasn't adjusting properly, you'd inform HR, you'd wheel it through to their office and say this needs fettling, and it would be sent away to be fixed, or it would be replaced if it couldn't be fixed. Now what happens, because it's not an individual's chair, you find one, you sit in it, you try to adjust it, oh, it's broken, the height adjustment's broken, or the tilt's broken on it, push it to the corner and go find another one, and nothing's ever reported because there's no ownership anymore. And they say, oh no, people wouldn't do that, people will report them. And I'm like, you living in cloud fucking cuckoo land. Human nature kicks in at this point. You just kick it to one side and find another one, and everyone does that. I don't care who you say. You can be holier than thou. Ooh, I wouldn't do such a thing. You bloody well would, because clock's ticking and your productivity is dropping, and somebody's going to say, how come you haven't done much work today? Well, I spent an hour looking for a chair. Doesn't cut the mustard, does it? Especially when you're having to do it every time you go in an office. So no, I prefer being at home. Mainly because I provide my own equipment and I can adjust it any way I bloody well please. And if I want to chop lumps off it or screw bits to it, I can. It's my bloody chair in my bloody office, and I'll do what I want with it. So, my workstation at home is adjusted for me. And it's all set up for me, because I'm the only one that uses it. So when I go in the office, I've got to find a generic one and try and adjust it and make it as comfortable as possible. Which sounds like, oh, it's only an office chair. Yeah, but after you sat in that chair for 8 hours and you've got a spinal condition and it's not the right type of chair and it's got padding in the wrong place, you can end up with pressure sores. And people don't believe you, but when we had the ones with the hard plastic, no, they have a plastic back, it's got some spring to it. But I ended up with a bleeding pressure sore on my spine because there's not much skin between one of my vertebrae and well, there's not much skin between it and the outside world. So it was getting very sore and started bleeding. And I said, I'm going to wear a white shirt one day and just let it bleed through. And wait till somebody says something when I'm walking around with blood dripping down my back. Well, but such is life. Yeah, I've got to watch it. I've got a constant red zone on the middle of my back. It's a pressure sore. I get it from lying down or sitting down. It's there all the time. Which is why I'm very... If I go to a restaurant, I'll sit in the chair and I'll say, Karen, I can't sit here. I can't sit in this chair for a full meal. It's just not happening. And I've seen us leave restaurants because they've only got hard wood chairs. You know, those chairs with a hard wooden back. Can't sit in them. Yeah. And it's not the fault of the restaurants. They need chairs that are going to be that have some longevity to them, that are not easily stained or damaged, that they can clean easily. So I can understand all of that. It's, you know, my personal problem. So you just get up and leave and find somewhere else. No great shakes, you know. It's no, I'm not saying anything bad against a restaurant or anything like that. It's just me. It doesn't meet my needs, and I don't expect them all to meet my needs. I'm happy when I find one that does. But such is life. I don't expect the world to change around me. I can adapt the world to fit me where I'm capable, but I don't expect it to change just to suit me. Because if I did, I'd be woke. Everyone's got to sit. Everyone's got to change themselves to fit what I want, which is not right. I'm running out of gas. And that's empty. Oh, I wasn't running out of gas. It was just me. Anyway, we'll call that dead. For shooting, anyway. So that's what I've been doing. Been feeling sorry for myself. And I haven't felt like making videos or doing anything. But now things are picking up. The weather's getting warmer. And I've taken up a ukulele. I'll probably be never any good at it, but I don't care. It's not for the entertainment of others, it's for me. And Karen seems to enjoy it, and we're going to do it together. It's nice to do things together. This thing is a rest for your rifle, and it needs remaking. It's got the weather up here is delaminating the plywood manually. I made it some years ago. I was watching a video, and you know YouTube sometimes throws videos up, and it threw this. I was looking at rifle rests, DIY rifle rest, and one of the videos was from the Boy Scouts of America, and it was a video about a rifle rest that they make as part of their shooting badge, and this is basically it. And it's 2 triangles of plywood or wood, and it's got 2 pieces of 3x2 in it. It's actually CLS. There's a piece at one end, I'll show you on this side, you can see there, where the screws are. So they go into the end of one and they go into the end of t'other. So you've got a piece here and a piece at the top as we speak, and you wrap it with something soft. I think underneath this there's a bit of old foam mat, and then it's got some 4-way stretch carpet on it because I had it left over from my van. But what it gives you is a shooting rest with 3 different heights on it, just by rolling it over. You've got a high, a medium, and and a low, and it's a nice stable rest for your rifle. Yeah, as I say, Boy Scouts of America make these as part of their shooting badge, and it's just an excellent rest with 3 different heights on it, and you can make it to suit yourself. But that needs refettling, I think. It's been up here a few years. I used to take it with me to the shooting club I used to go to, because you couldn't always get they had some wooden rifle rests, but you couldn't always get one. And, somebody would be using them. And I got this, and you fill it with cat litter. But yeah, it was alright. But even filled with cat litter, they're a bit heavy. And you only get well, you got one, or you can go that way, or you can stand it up one end, I suppose. Anyhow, but that's just lighter and easier to use. I don't know why I got onto that, I just did. I think I'm going to go and pack my stuff away and put it in the car ready to go. Not that I'm going yet, but when I am ready to go, it's all sorted. This rifle range needs a good clean out and a tidy up, ready for the summer. But you know, we'll just come through the winter. It's nice to have somewhere to come and shoot, where you don't have to worry about permissions, because you've got permission. When we have meets and people come up, we do have to remind them that there are rules to shooting here as well. You do need liability insurance, we insist on it. But it's not expensive, it's £20 a year, and you can get £2 million worth of personal liability insurance, so if you do anything damage, you're covered. So we insist on everyone having that, and that your guns are in the cases and safe, and you know, put away safe, kept safe in your vehicles wherever until you're going to use them. No wandering about the camp without the case, and no shooting of the wildlife. People, no, because the amount of people that come here, there'd be no wildlife if everyone was shooting it, and we actually like the birds singing around here. When this camp started, this wood was dead. It was so overgrown inside. There wasn't much wildlife, and over the years it's picked up. You know, things I've seen here: hares, rabbits, squirrels. Yeah, Ryan likes the squirrels. He encourages them to live in his shelter. You get the occasional fox. Now and again, rarely you'll get a deer. We've got owls. Owls nest here regularly. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice having wildlife. It's not nice when the mice are in your shelter eating all your chocolate. But you've got to expect something like that. Yeah, we've never had a problem with rats though. Never had rats. It's occasional field mice, especially during the winter months, going into the people's cabins and shelters because it's warm, and if they're daft enough to leave any sort of food source around it, there's food in there. I think I've had a mouse briefly in my shelter twice. I found a little opening that were coming through, and they were just exploring, because there's no food. I don't leave any food in it. There's nothing to eat. My shelter, my shed cabin is basically somewhere to sleep in. So there's a cot in it. There's a few pots and pans, and that's about it. Right, video waffle over. What was this all about anyway? I don't know. Old and confused. Yeah, explanation of why I haven't been making videos. I'd lost the mojo through ill health, and hopefully this will kick-start it again. So what's on the agenda? Go home today, unpack these 2 ukuleles and give them a check, get them tuned up, and then we can start practicing and annoying the neighbours. I'll have to get some practicing because I'm back to lesson number 2 on Friday. Yeah, time's a ticking. I need to get some of these cords off, otherwise she'll probably shout at me. Okay. Yeah, Ross seems too nice and very quiet. She's probably mean. There's probably a mean streak in her that no one sees. Poor Graham's probably henpecked on the quiet. Oh, he's very lucky like I am and has a very nice wife. He's probably very lucky like I am. There you go. Some of us are lucky. There's a lot to be said for married life. Finding the right person, that's the key. But if you can find the right person, there's no reason why you can't. That you're prepared to work together through life's fucking turmoils. None of this, my stuff, your stuff, it's our stuff. Although we have got some air rifles, she better not go touching them when she's not supposed to. And I don't touch her stuff, even though technically it's our stuff. You know the rules. Yeah. I'd hate to think that she'd get upset with me because I'd been fiddling with a washing machine or tumble dryer. Heaven forbid. A nice catapult range now. After work weekend, we've put some more bark chippings down. We learnt our lesson with bark chippings. If you're going to put bark chippings down on high traffic areas, put some membrane down first. Otherwise, the first winter, it still turns to mud. The bark chippings will just get mixed in with the mud and it turns to slurry in no time. So you need the membrane to keep it all separate. Lesson learned. You know, last year we did the main path and it was in good condition. Still in good condition after this winter as well. So it had gone through 2 winters and it was in good condition. Not too bad at all. We topped it up again with some more bark chippings. But the leaf litter adds to it slowly during the years as well. And here these wind turbines going off just outside the woods. It's going to be a great day today apparently. Right, moving on. Shoot and show at Harrogate in May. Find myself a new Springer. Yeah, I do fancy one of those 10-shot repeaters that Gammo make. I was a bit dubious at first when it first came out because I thought, oh, how reliable is that 10-shot system going to be? Turns out, very reliable. And now they're on the 3rd generation of it. It's inertia. It uses inertia, the energy generated by the gun being fired, to advance the magazine. So you cock it and it puts a pellet in the barrel. However, if you cock it again, there's no pellet there because the rotary drum in the magazine hasn't advanced one. And it doesn't advance until it feels the inertia of the shot. Then it rotates and it presents another pellet into the right spot on the magazine. And then when you cock it, it'll drop it into the barrel. But apparently it's to stop it double feeding. So if you cock it and then you don't shoot it because you're chatting with somebody and you forget to shoot it, and then you go, oh, where was that? And you cock it again, you can double load on the original magazine. This system with the Gen 3 with this inertia advancement has sorted that out apparently. And apparently it's supposed to be very reliable. So I think it's worth a punt. I'm going to give it a go, I think. If I can find the 101. Yes. Right then. Shoot and show. Learn the ukulele. Don't upset the wife. I should have an easy life. What do you reckon? She's coming with me to the shoot show as well. I might be taking my grandson. He wasn't keen at first. I don't want to see guns. You might get a go of them. And there's food stands and sweets. Oh, I'll come then. There you go. He's going to come along. Watch the dogs as well. Dogs are always fun to watch. I'm not sure if they've got a shooting competition on this year. In years gone past when I've been there, there's been the Hunterfield Target have had a competition there. I don't know what's going on this year, I haven't really looked into it. I just booked my tickets to go. It'll be a surprise. I fancy trying out some of these food demonstrations. There's a number of guys up there that do foraging and game, you know, squirrels and whatnot, how to prepare them and things. Anyway, there's a couple of guys doing demos. Might go and watch them. Yeah. We'll see. Got to get through April first. Never mind. Hopefully I'll win the lottery and buy myself a big chunk of woodland and build a nice cabin in there, nice big cabin. Well, not too big. Big enough that you can have people over to stay. I watch this channel, Bush Radical. He's an American chap. They're very good. I do enjoy his videos. He's got a nice style to them. They're very easy to watch. not preachy. He's just showing you what he does and how he does it. Yeah. Dave Wimple. He's Wimple. Yeah. Bush Radical. I'll put a link to his channel in the bottom line. I don't know why. You know, he's like mega. He's got a very successful channel, if you know what I mean. My channel's not really out there for anyone in particular. For me. Right, people are up and about and shouting now. Right, we'll call it a day. Right, if you stuck it to the end of my pointless waffling, thank you. And I might, hopefully I'll see you again. There'll be other videos coming up. Now I've got a bit of my mojo back. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now.
Thanks for watching Old Man in a Shed.